saw a lot of caterings by Tandoori Flames, and the presentation, the way you made.
We started the restaurant as a training kitchen, no plan to open a restaurant. The day first when we opened it on a Thursday night, Dipti went out to High Point to get some stuff to make the restaurant look more beautiful. As soon as she stepped in the restaurant, 6 o'clock, the restaurant was packed. The very first day we opened, the restaurant was packed. I didn't know what to do because I'm not from the background. We all went to Malaysia for catering. So we did international catering there. So,
and how did you manage the food? Like the chefs, everyone flew?
So yeah, everybody flew. So we went very confident, but it wasn't that easy because when we landed in Malaysia, the corn flour they use, the fish they use, the chicken they use, it's not exactly how we use in Australia. So it was the first night we have to do 7 events there. The very first day we went there and then my chef was like, these things is not what we use. So what we do?
We interrupt this broadcast with breaking news. A massive fire has engulfed the Pearl Ballroom in Keilor East.
Unfortunate incident happened in Pearl Room, and that's such a beautiful room.
Yeah, we had a wedding booked in for 250 people.
On the day?
On the day. So 12 o'clock I said to my chef, I said, listen, can we save this wedding?
Welcome to the Vendor Lounge, where we sit together with amazing, incredible wedding vendors who talk about their real life stories and the passion behind their craft. Tonight, a very special guest is on very first podcast, and I'm super excited to welcome this guest because he is a true inspiration to many vendors and many people in Australia and around the world. So without wasting much of your time, let's welcome Jimmy Marwaha from Ultima Function Center and Flirt. Welcome, Jimmy. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. This is our first podcast, and I'm super excited that we can start with you because, as I mentioned in the introduction, your journey has been truly an inspiration for all of us and many more wedding vendors like me. And I still remember the very first advice I had from you, like you guided me so well, and I applied it to my business in my case in particular, and the way the quality improved. And that one advice was like that you should know everything, but you should also know how to manage everything. That's more important. And that has definitely helped me so much throughout my personal and the professional career as well. So, and thank you so much for coming and taking our time and on such a short notice. And welcome to our very first podcast of the Vendor Lounge.
I think the pleasure is mine. I'm very grateful and very happy to see you making progress.
Thank you so much.
And that's the actual important part. People really focus on perfection and they forget the fact that progress is more important than perfection.
Yes.
So, congratulations on this beautiful setup you've done.
Oh, thank you.
And that you should be proud of yourself and your team who actually made it happen.
Yes, definitely. The team, I think we are blessed to have such a wonderful team, and we all have been together for past 7-8 years. Yes. And it feels good, when you have people staying with you for so long.
Absolutely.
And so is your staff. I see.
I'm actually blessed in the way that whatever I have achieved or me and Dipti have achieved, we only because of my team.
Yes, absolutely.
Literally, it's not possible. The chef, who's like son to me, he's been with us for nearly 15 years. Other team members are 8, 9, 10. So I think the youngest team member I have is about 3 to 4 years old with us. So fantastic. I think we kind of we can't imagine our business without them. So this is how important they are to us.
No, absolutely.
And that's a fact.
Yeah, that's good. So how did this all start?
I think it's just back in 2008, I opened my college.
Yes.
So I had a college for international students. We were teaching them hospitality and automotive engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So Tandoori Flames was a part of the training kitchen, the way you're doing right now. This is how we started. We started the restaurant as a training kitchen, no plan to open a restaurant. And then during the transition, we realized, okay, now we got a space, we got to make it happen, do something. So we end up opening Tandoori Flames. And the day first when we opened it on a Thursday night, Dipti went out to High Point to get some stuff to make the restaurant look more beautiful. As soon as she stepped in the restaurant, 6 o'clock, the restaurant was packed. The very first day we opened, the restaurant was packed. I didn't know what to do because I'm not from the background.
Yeah.
So my studies are engineering and computer science.
Yeah,
and I've done masters in that. But this is just an accidental thing what we started. But again, and we're never stopping. It was if you go back to where Tandoori Flames Tandoori Flames was in a very isolated space.
Yeah, I know.
In between the houses, you will not find anyone. People normally, when they travel, they say, "Oh, they used to call us. You guys sure here? Because it looks like you're in the houses." But I think the team, the good food, the service was actually made it happen.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of caterings by Tandoori Flames, and the presentation, the way you made.
I think that's been again a very good teamwork. So so everybody in the team actually, it's about delivering 100% all the time. It's also about delivering with a lot of love and care.
Yeah,
and that is where we really stood apart. So, and I think one thing is for sure what I've seen with food, especially when a lot of competition or a lot of other people who are doing great job, they kind of miss the point that it's actually a very emotional aspect. Food is a very emotional aspect, right?
Yes.
And so are the events. So, at Ultima, we do multiple different types of events, not only the weddings. We do birthdays, we do engagement, we do school formals, christening, holy communals, and even the product launches you're doing yourself. And every single event is emotion attached to it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
If someone is, just imagine you being an entrepreneur and you wanted to launch your product, how much emotions would you have when you're having to host your event at one of the places, whether it's us or somebody else? So emotions are really high,
That's right,
it's not only for the couples, it's also for anyone else.
Definitely. And then how did Ultima happen after Tandoori Flames?
So 2008, when we started the restaurant, I think 2 years later, I actually transitioned into caterings. Mm-hmm. So we cater for quite a large wedding. So the largest wedding we cater was 1,080 people.
1,080 people.
That was in Pullman 2019.
And how did you manage 1,080 people?
It was
fun. And was it in Mech Ballroom?
Yeah, the Mech Ballroom can only hold 600. So that was in Pullman, in Albert Park. And I was very stressed out because the family who engaged us, they were so much confident on us that they didn't ask us anything. That actually put a lot of pressure on me because they were not asking me anything.
Yeah, that happens.
And that was very much pressure because someone asks you, hey, things are going. You say, oh yeah, they're checking on. But when someone doesn't ask you, you say they said, I trust you, and that's it. And that was the thing. And then I was going up and down to Pullman, trying to find out they have crockery, they have glasses, and they didn't have. So I think a few days before, I went to the general manager and the manager, above his general manager, and said, you guys are holding a Punjabi wedding. You need to have the glasses for scotch. So I made them do the purchase order and get the glasses delivered 3 days before. And then we bought a lot of stuff from Ultima just to get that wedding through, even though we didn't do Ultima that time. But I knew the owners before. So that's where we actually learned a lot, right? So
it's a massive job to do.
Yeah, it was. And I think catering was always been good. And we all went to Malaysia for catering. So we did international catering there. So,
and how did you manage the food? The chefs, everyone flew?
So yeah, everybody flew. So we nearly sent half a container of goods from here. It was in one of the 5-star hotels. It was not at one of the places. It was Shangri-La in Penang.
Okay.
So it was month of June. So me, Dipti, and 7 of us went there. And you will not believe me what we have to go and face. We went very confident, but it wasn't that easy because when we landed in Malaysia, the corn flour they use, the fish they use, the chicken they use is not exactly how we use in Australia. So it was the first night we have to do 7 events there. The very first day we went there and my chef was like, these things not what we use. So what we do? And luckily, I know a lot of people in the industry. So I was able to get one of the chef to fly from Singapore
Okay.
So he took the flight from Singapore, came to Malaysia, Penang, in about 4 or 5 hours, and then he went with the chef and did the shopping. And that's when the confidence came back. Oh my God, this is now. So we did amazing job, and the people who engaged us, they're very, very happy. And they said that was really a trust. Now we potentially doing one in 2028 or 2029, we're doing one in Lake Como in Italy.
Great.
So
when is Italy happening?
So maybe 2028. They're still trying to find out the space because Lake Como is quite busy, so you can't really get a spaces over there.
That's gonna be
and
huge.
And then there's one in Oman coming up.
Oh, very nice.
So that's also, but you know what? We are very selective now on catering, and all this experience we learn in catering and doing multiple events is what we put into Ultima. That's exactly what we had tried to cultivate in Ultima, Fleur. And hopefully by the end of this year, another venue coming up.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, and that's all because the experience we learned, whether it's a catering, the customer service, the setup, the decorations, whatever it is, it's actually all combined into the function centers of ours, whether it's Ultima or whether it's Fleur or the third one, you know.
You're so full of energy. Like every time I've met you, and I'm sure a lot of people say the same thing about you every time. And I'm sure there are stressful situations as we discussed, but I've always seen you full of energy. Like, what drives you?
I think the energy is something you don't have to cultivate, it's within, am I right? So, but if you have a goals clear, motivation is never required. It's just the energy which comes in. I think most of the people don't have the goals clear.
Yeah.
And that's where they need to go to get motivation. They get that motivation syndrome, work, and then flat again because the goals are not clear.
So what basically motivates you then?
I think for me, the motivation is I have a very heavy goal set of myself. I don't want to say, but I think put it this way, maybe that might inspire other people. I got 20 girls over the world I'm taking care of.
Amazing.
So from those 20 girls, I think 13 to 14 of them are in India, a few of them in Nepal, 1 or 2 in Bangladesh, and then the rest in Africa. And I want to take them to 100, and if possible to 1,000.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's very clear on my mind. It's very, very clear what I want. So that's why I think I get the energy to achieve that, because I don't know them. Yeah. I've no connection with them. All I get to know is the letters, that they're happy, they're studying, their families are feeding well. And this is the most important part. And I think any entrepreneur who wants to in a journey, they need to have some kind of goal, which is not our financial goal, and not a goal which only benefits them, a goal which is actually benefits their soul. That's very important. And when you have something to feed your soul, energy never dies. It just comes in.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That's the key part. I think everybody wants to be rich, am I right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have a lot of money, but that's only a number. At certain time, you have achieved that, and how much more are you going to achieve that? Like, let's say you want it to be $10 million. Once you get that, what will happen next? You want to be getting to 20 million, and then 100 million, and so on and so on. But that doesn't stop. But what if you start feeding your soul? What makes you feel good? Is that what you want to get more? The actual benefit of getting the happiness by seeing someone happy from your actions, that is 10x the energy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what does success truly mean to you? Like we see you as a very successful man. Like obviously the people see an outer layer of you, right? But as you just mentioned, feeding your soul, and that motivates you. So what does success mean to you?
I think for me, the success is not only the financial thing.
Yeah.
Yes, some people put financial goal as being more successful, but I think that is not the part in my case. I think my success means a quality time with my wife, and having my kids to understand us and understand what our expectations as a parents, respect elders. And I think more than that is also success comes when you are able to help someone.
Yeah.
The people you know or you don't know. So it's a meaning for me is it's a complete financial aspect is yes, one part.
Yeah.
But there is, as I said, there's the soul part.
Yeah,
there is a
definitely.
part for being happy, being contented, being grateful.
Yeah.
And that is more important.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think I have a lot of friends who are 10 times, 20 times, 100 times richer than me, but are they happy and contented? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And are they successful? If you say financially, yes. If you say what they have, I don't think so. But that's my way of measuring. Their way of measuring would be different,
Yeah. And do you remember roughly how many events you might have done so far, like in thousands?
Yeah,
For sure.
I think it's a huge number. A lot, I would say.
Yeah, because it's like always busy, touch wood.
Yeah, from 2008 onwards, I think it's a huge number, I would say.
Yeah.
On an average, I think.
Yeah. We recently heard like an unfortunate incident happened
Yeah.
in Pearl Room, and that's such a beautiful room.
Yeah.
I've covered many events there as
Yeah.
well, even my own sisters. So I won't ask too much of details about that,
Yeah.
but how was the emotion that time? You're like, because your venue is like your baby. I know.
Yeah, I think it's coming to the teamwork. Now I want to tell you what exactly happened on the day of the incident. We had a wedding booked in for 250 people.
On the day?
On the day. So we were not given access till, I think, about 5 o'clock. So 12 o'clock, I said to my chef, I said, listen, can we save this wedding? Like they got guests coming from all over the world and they got 250 people. And Yuvraj, my brother, he called the client and said, hey, we decided we're going to do your wedding at Fleur. And the birthday which was meant to be happening at Fleur on the day, they moved 2 weeks ahead. They were very accommodating. They understood what exactly we're going through. They said, that's not a problem. It's a birthday for our daughter. We can celebrate after 2 weeks. So I said, chef, what are we going to do? He said, what do you want me to do? I said, can we pull it off? And we had no access to our venue. And he went with his team, did the shopping, and we did such an amazing job that the father actually cried on the day. He couldn't believe. He said, if it were not you guys, it would never able to happen because it was not an easy task.
Yeah,
so you have no grocery whatsoever because a Fleur wedding and events is actually a satellite place for us. Mm-hmm. So we cook in a central kitchen and bring everything over there.
Yeah.
So we don't have the full pantry there. So, and everything was done in a couple of hours and put off a wedding for 250 people. So that is the power of a team, am I right? So that's
absolutely teamwork.
That's where you stand out. But yes, with Vaheguru grace, with whatever Babaji will tell us, we will come up with a very new look for our Pearl Ballroom.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more better than what it is now. So I can assure you that.
That's fantastic. So one piece of advice you would like to give to our couples, who are booking venue, what they should be considering the most, or what they should be aware of?
I think the couples choose your vendors with a lot of due diligence. Make sure you are going with the people who actually are in the industry, who've done a good job. They are confident, they are calm. They can handle multiple events. They have a team which is good. And I think other than that is also some of the couples really go with very tight budget.
Yeah.
But believe me, when you pass 2 years or 3 years time, I don't want any of the couple to be regretful. I've not gone with the venue of my choice because budget wasn't allowing me. It will pass. So do what your heart says. Do what you really like, and go with the vendors who are the best in the market. That's pretty much, I would say. And And I think with us, what we have seen is, which really makes us different from all of our competition, is that we really focus on the customer service.
Yep.
And delivering exceptional results every time, and that's always reflected onto our Google testimonials. We are the highest reviewed venue in Australia.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So with over 1,900 Google reviews with 4.7 star, what we are as of now.
Yeah.
But that's purely because we are able to collaborate every single thing in one spot.
Yeah.
That's very important. If you're hiring a venue and engaging a catering, what if the venue doesn't coordinate with the caterer, or caterer doesn't coordinate with the venue? You are the one in trouble. So try to go with a place which does every single thing.
Yeah.
It's like a photographer and a videographer. You want to have it from the same company.
Yeah, you don't want to have
You
two
don't
separate
want to have it two
fungi.
separate ones. One
And
say
that
look
becomes a
left, one say
chaos.
look right.
Yeah, that
You know,
becomes
one
a
say
chaos.
smile, one say don't smile. How it's going to work? This is exactly the catering and a venue. Whether you go with us or anyone else, just try to be with the people who are professionals and who understand what exactly you've done. Ask them how many big events you've done or what you do, and how you go and check the reviews and see what it is. That will give you the results. And yes, even though I say not to be stressed, they all get stressed, right?
Yeah. It's just like,
This
yeah.
is a very common fundamental thing.
I know there's been a time in your life that has been really a difficult journey in terms of your health. How did you manage that? I mean, I know it's not easy to manage what you went through.
Yeah.
So I was, the reason to ask you this question, because I feel that your story is really inspiring, and that will give a lot of people hope and strength, and will motivate them to continue. So
absolutely. Yes, I think there's a couple of incidents which I've gone through.
Yeah.
The most recent one was in 2013, when I actually had an accident on Palmer's Road. I ended up fracturing my spine in the middle. So I was in bed for good 4 or 5 months. Quite a bad was that. And then 2016, I fractured my neck. So I end up having I think 14, 15 screws in my neck, and then 6 to 8 in the front. But I think this part actually makes you more stronger. Your question, how do I overcome, it's believe in God. Keep doing your prayers. And you know, I'm very fortunate and very helpful, and very thankful and grateful that obviously my wife very supportive, my kids very supportive, my parents, everybody around me, my team, everybody looked after me. So that was a very strong point for me to come back. Yes. And I think anyone who's going through a hard time, you just got to remember this thing, that neither good or bad stays forever.
Yeah.
That shall pass too.
How do you see failures in life?
Very important. Failures are more important than success. Because if you don't fail, you haven't tried. So I see a lot of people very scared to take a step. And then at some stage in the life, that's when they are not able to take the step, they regret they have not taken the step. So failures are more important than being successful, because failures actually teach you. Just imagine if someone opens a store, and as soon as he opened a store, he went bizarre. He made a lot of money, and he became rich overnight or in years. And so, what he has learned, nothing.
Yeah.
And imagine if the person would have opened a store, he couldn't do well, he was struggling with the rent, and he has to give up his store, but he starts again. The experience he's going to get from the second part is going to be way too much. Failures are as important as success.
Do you come from like a business family, your background, or it just
Yeah, I
came to
think-
you?
So I think business and entrepreneurial, I think they're two different things, I would say.
Yeah.
But these things actually came with a lot of incident I've gone through.
Okay.
So I would say yes. But yeah, parents play a very amazing role in
Yes,
how
absolutely.
they raised us. And obviously studies. When you study well, you think you are not learning, but you're actually learning a lot.
Yes.
So when you're trying to spend some time learning how to concentrate, you actually do that, yeah.
So what's your biggest strength? Your biggest strength?
Being grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. So staying consistent?
I think staying consistent is, again, clarity. If your goals are clear, you know what you want to get, consistency will come. And it's very important to stay consistent.
We were going to have the bridal expo and we all were so
Yeah.
looking forward to it
Yeah.
when that incident happened. So are you planning to have this year, the bridal expo?
Yes, I think this year the focus is more going to be on a new venue.
Yeah.
So we, Dipti and myself and the team, we want to come up with something which is unique to us, like what we have shown to our clients, Ultima and Fleur.
Mhm.
It's not like that. So that's what unique for us, I mean.
Yeah.
So we're really focusing on that. The Bridal Expo is something which we wanted to do when we kind of closer to our Pearl Ballroom. So that's when we're going to redo it. Closer
absolutely.
to that, yeah. But, we're quite blessed, quite busy for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's good. And bridal expo is amazing. Like,
Yes.
attended a couple of times and it's
Yes.
and the good thing about that is like, it's a very good opportunity for a lot of vendors
Yes.
and small and bigger.
That's
and
right. Yes.
so they get that opportunity as well where they get to
Yeah.
see a lot of people or potential clients and they end up signing up a lot of clients.
Yeah,
So which
absolutely.
is,
Absolutely. And that's the whole idea for it anyway, because at the end of the day, for us, for Team of Ultima, the vendors and all the people who work with us is our strength.
yeah.
So, that's what we say, we are a part of a network of a team, I would say, which is there to deliver your amazing wedding or amazing birthday or amazing corporate event. So
Yeah.
that's what our core strength is. And that's the only reason we want to do the Bridal Expo, because we want to strengthen our relationship with the people who we work with in the industry.
That's great. Okay, with that, we will just sign off today. And thank you so much, Jimmy, for
Yeah, thank
coming
you.
to our podcast and keep inspiring.
Yeah.
And we learn a lot from you and we look up to you. And I'm sure a lot of vendors and people will agree to this as well. The whole idea of starting this podcast is to make people aware and to talk about the journeys and the real life stories and the unscripted, unfiltered talks. And I'm sure you are enjoying. Your feedback is very, very important to us. So please do leave your feedback in comments, or you can send a direct message on our Instagram page, or you can email your feedback to us. Your feedback is very, very important because that will help us to improve and make changes the way we are doing things, and it will be a part of our learning. Thank you so much and have a good night.